Even though the British Parliament had repealed the Stamp Act in 1766, Parliament did not want to look like they were backing down to the colonists. So even though the British Parliament did repeal the Stamp Act in response to colonists' protests and petitions, Parliament still wanted to make sure that the American colonists didn't think that they were exempt from the power and authority of the British Parliament. So while the British Parliament appeased the recalcitrant colonists by repealing this unpopular Stamp Act, Parliament actually hardened its principle in the Declaratory Act of 1766 by asserting its complete authority to make laws binding on the American colonies in all cases whatsoever. As such, the British Parliament wanted the colonists to remember that they were subject to the mother country. They did this by passing this Declaratory Act of 1766. The Act was a declaration by the British Parliament that accompanied the repeal of the Stamp Act, and the Rockingham Ministry in Britain consented to the adoption of the Declaratory Act, according to historian Jack Rove, boldly stating that Parliament retained the power to legislate for the colonies in all cases whatsoever. It was historian Pauline Mayer who argued that the Declaratory Act was interpreted by most colonists as a face-saving action by the British Parliament. It was also Paul Mayer who cites the contemporary William Goddard saying the Declaratory Act entirely destroyed the merit of the repeal of the Stamp Act, showing that the Parliament, with the new ministry, acted upon the same principles as the old, therefore actually claiming even more power than they did with the Stamp Act.